We are thankfully warming up a little bit, but that doesn't mean that we're warm yet. We still need a hearty meal. That's what you're here to provide us, Loren Ellison.
Absolutely.
Whole Foods Lamar here to make a quick Italian veggie and pasta soup.
That's right, and you can use so many pantry staples that you might already have on hand in this soup, or any soup at all actually, including things like, we have a good starting here, diced fire roasted tomatoes. We're gonna throw that into about 4 cups of low sodium veggie broth that we have already simmering here. You can get those all at Whole Foods Market, including some organic kidney beans. Again, we're no salt added here, just because you want to be able to add that in later. And in case you don't have kidney beans on hand,
That's so good for you.
Any other kind of bean will
use
do.
any bean at all, including if you had some black-eyed peas on hand that you forgot to eat during the holiday season.
Or, yeah, you didn't have your good luck
There
yet
you
for
go,
2015.
you can get your good luck in.
Okay.
Absolutely, let me give that a stir real quick.
That'll be real hearty, and I always love the fire roasted tomatoes too. That's such a great
It adds a
aroma and
whole
flavor.
depth of flavor to it. It's unbelievable. On top of that, we're gonna add a little bit of Italian seasoning. You don't need to go out and buy a whole bottle of any type of spice. You can get almost everything in bulk at Whole Foods Market.
Okay.
And just use as much or as little of it as you need, and you don't have to worry about it going bad in your pantry. On top of that, I'm gonna turn this heat up just a little bit. We're gonna add some beautiful kale. I'm gonna throw that in. I'm gonna add a little bit more, almost 4 cups. If you don't have fresh kale on hand, that's totally okay. Go for some spinach, maybe.
Okay.
Any kind of green, some collards, and you can also look to your freezer. Anytime that you have frozen veggies, even if you just have a
You can use those in soup.
pack,
It won't make a
definitely
difference?
throw in. No.
Oh,
no.
wow.
They're frozen at their peak of freshness.
Yeah.
So they're going to taste just like adding fresh veggies to your soup.
The flavor and also the nutrition in them. That was such a liberating thing to learn.
Exactly.
When you learn that, because you're wondering what you're really getting. But
Exactly.
I mean, that does make a difference, and it makes a difference into people's budgets too.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And in fact, I taught myself how to cook starting off with soups. Do you know why?
I don't.
Because you can't burn them.
Oh.
Oh, excellent tip
That's
for
a
people.
okay, well, that's a big tip. Yeah. And this is so much fun too when you talk about the spices and the seasoning, where you can kind of do it to your own taste or kind of play with it a little bit.
Exactly.
Some people need to follow the rules, follow the recipe. Some
Right.
people want to experiment a little bit.
Soup is so much fun. You can
Yeah.
do anything with it. You can throw as many things in there or keep it really light and simple. And speaking of seasoning, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper there, just to taste. Again, we get to control that. If you're on a low sodium diet, you need to watch out for how much you're
That's
consuming.
good. And someone else in the family who maybe does not have that restriction, you can always add a little bit more to your
Exactly.
individual bowl when you get there, so you can make it healthy for everyone in the
Exactly.
family. Yeah.
How long are you going to be simmering this meal?
Just long enough. I had the broth simmering before we started.
Okay.
And just long enough to, thank you.
I told you I'd help.
So helpful.
Well,
to
this
get that kale down.
You know,
and
it seems
wilted.
like something that, as you said, staples in the house. You know, everybody always has broth or what have you in there, and beans, pasta, the frozen veggies.
Right.
Busy moms, busy dads.
Definitely, definitely. And this doesn't take any time at all. All we had to wait on was the broth to boil, and the veggies are simmering right now.
Okay.
They're looking awesome. What I did was I already had some pasta prepared.
Okay.
I'm going to put about a cup of each in each one of these bowls, and then presto, we're going to ladle that
That's
on
it.
top.
Now that kale doesn't look as if it's wilted,
Not quite, but for
but for a soup it's okay,
time.
or for your taste.
For your taste, it can be either way. You can do it a little bit longer if you really like it wilted down. Spinach will wilt a little faster.
Quicker.
And to help that process along, you're going to want to take the kale and massage it in your hands. And you notice that I don't have a cutting board or a knife here
Right.
today. I did all that by hand.
Okay.
Even
Just-
less cleanup.
I mean, as we've been told before, just take it off the stem, because
Exactly.
the stem's the bitter part.
Exactly.
Let me see if I can do this.
You can do the whole one fell swoop. Have you ever seen that trick?
I have. I don't think I could do it though.
It works best on the
with
larger
that attitude,
stacks.
Amanda. I mean, come on. You can do it.
Anything with practice you can do.
One more time.
Don't forget to massage that kale.
Oh, I
I'm not
got
forgetting
it. That was
I've been
easy.
eyeing this the whole time. Loren.
Awesome
Oh,
topper. Of course, you can add your Parmesan.
Guest of honor.
Oh, how can you not
Add a
add
little
cheese?
Oh,
extra
man.
for Dave over here.
Oh, man.
And voila, you have a healthy soup.
I mean,
there
you've done
for
that.
you.
Thank you. You've done that in about
In no
4
time at
minutes.
all.
You know,
Exactly.
like you said, the the broth boiling up, but easy enough to be doing something else while that's happening.
Exactly. You could be watching the kids while this is going on, preparing dessert, which I think they would
Dessert?
on top of.
This is very, very good. I will also say, by my eating, I'm not getting invited over to anybody's house who just watched me do that.
Would you like to borrow my
What you
apron?
do?
I need it.
Next time I'll bring one for you. You're
Very
welcome.
good.
Thank you.
Love the beans and everything.
All right, Loren Ellison, Whole Foods Market on Lamar. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.